Welcome to this edition of the Let's Talk Houston Rockets post-game show. You see it going across the screen, but I'm, of course, KG, Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review, here to discuss with the Rocket fans a 120-119 Rockets loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. Rockets led 115-107 with 6:18 left in the fourth quarter. Let me get to the comments. The first comments, James Flanagan with the first ones of the show. We beat ourselves that game. Would have loved to play like the one in Boston with a man driving instead of Fred Heath. I was thinking the same thing. When a man got the ball on the inbounds, I was like, oh, I'm going to go to him for the game winner. Nope. Above elite. Thank you for chiming in. James, you as well. We got two cute last 3 minutes of the game. I am going to assume this when I post the numbers, that you will agree with me after I post these numbers. But Rockets, again, led 115-107 with 6:18 left in the fourth quarter. If I counted correctly, glancing at the playbook, the play-by-play stats, the last 6:18, that's what the Rockets did. 4 turnovers and 1 for 10 from the floor. 4 turnovers and 1 for 10 from the floor. And that one basket was, I think, a tip in. So it wasn't like they were knocking down shots down the stretch. 1 for 10 down the stretch and 4 turnovers. So an 8-point lead turned into a 1-point loss. So y'all know what that means, right? Y'all know what I'm going to do. 1 for 10 is justification for, y'all know it. Y'all know it's coming. Here it is. Brick, 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 brick. And again. Brick, 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 brick. I mean, man, I mean, it wasn't pretty. And yes, Alperen Sengun did not play officially. Calf contusion? I think that's what the official word is, calf contusion, left calf contusion. But good news for Alp. He was selected for his first NBA All-Star game earlier in the day, in this Thursday evening. It's still Thursday here in the Central Time Zone for a few more minutes on this late night edition. KG After Dark, Houston Rockets post-game show. But yeah, the half-court sets down the stretch, above elite. Thank you, appreciate that. Because where you're in Dallas, right? Is that right? If I remember that right, aren't you in Dallas? It's just Dorian. Dorian's done it twice. How you really feel, Dorian? How you really feel about it? And the same thing, Joe P. I know a Joe P. I'm pretty sure you're not the same Joe P. I know, who's a poet and author and all that kind of stuff. If you are, boy, that'd be sweet. But thank you, Joe P., for chiming in. Those last 6 minutes, 18 seconds, a lot of bricks, but it also warrants, it was just full of this.
This jig is the gas face, man. This jig is the gas face, man.
The Rockets have to settle down, get better looks. So good. I remember that right. See, you're part of the family now. I'm trying to remember where people are chiming in from. So I appreciate that. You are in Dallas. I got that right. Okay. Not bad for an old man. Salute. Justin, how you doing as well? Coach needs to draw up a play where a person can have an open look, not Fred dribbling out the clock and taking contested shots. I I did not like that last shot by Fred. I mean, it's a 1-point game. I mean, go to the basket, be aggressive, attack the basket, because the refs were kind of calling it tight. I mean, they were. And you're down one, and Fred takes a pull-up three-pointer. Why? I didn't like that. So, Fred rushed it. Yeah, because let me see. The time on it when he took it was with 2.9 left on the clock. So he could have dribbled in closer, got a better look. Something better than that 26-foot heave. So, Fred with the turnover in the closing moments and that bad shot as well. Terry chiming in from New Zealand. Appreciate you, Terry. Terry is able to join live. I think he's been watching some of the most recent post-game shows on demand. It's all good. But Coach Udoka, he does not call a lot of sets, a lot of offense plays on offense. And at times it shows, but you can see sometimes on the out of bounds, they're more effective. But why overthink it? Just get the ball to Amen Thompson, get the ball to Jalen Green. Somebody to go to the basket. But yeah, that last shot could have been a better look, better shot. But some of the numbers are interesting because Jalen Green scored 25 points, was not efficient, 8 for 21 from the floor, only two turnovers. Dylan Brooks, 22 points, fouled out, but he was 9 for 17 from the floor, 2 turnovers. Amen Thompson, solid again, 21 points, 7 for 15 from the floor, 7 for 9 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds. I forgot to include his block shots. What did he end up with, 5 or 6? Let's see. He ended up with officially just 4. Okay, so 4 block shots. Rockets got their points for crashing the board, especially in that fourth quarter when they were tossing up bricks left and right. So they had 19-9 offensive board advantage, 30-18 second chance points. But this number, it's kind of fool's gold, these next 2 stats. Rockets 13 for 32 from 3. But I'm sure y'all saw it. If you didn't see it, didn't notice it, let me make sure it hasn't changed on the final book yet. Okay. This number. Look at that, people. Grizzlies 72-50 in the paint. 72-50 in the paint. 72-50. Justin, I kept hearing Kevin Harlan and Charles and Kenny as well. And even the other national guys are like from the Athletic and other places talking about a man has superstar potential. And I'm like thinking to myself, y'all watching this post-game show. Y'all just repeat what I said, But it's great to see how far Amen Thompson has come in such a short amount of time. But E.F. Hutton, thank you for chiming in. Welcome to the show. Welcome. But y'all comment on that stat. 72-50 in the paint. They were just attacking, driving downhill on the Rockets left and right. I mean, it was Memphis's offense a lot. Luke Kennard had a chance at a go-ahead 3, missed it. Triple J. Boy, I wonder what Taylor Jenkins saying in his post-game press conference, because he did not call timeout. When Jalen Wells scored, got the dunk, and I was thinking before he did it, I was like, oh, well, I'm sure Coach Jenkins is not going to call timeout again. And he was just motioning like, go ahead, push. And the ref thought he was, I guess, wanting Jalen to move into the front court for the timeout. That wasn't timeout. Rockets got a break on that. But yes, 72-50 in the paint. Ooh, that's 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 not good, you know. And Rockets still had a chance to win the game. So you can take it how you want it, either way, how you want to put some spin on it. But yes, 72-50. Final score again. Rockets 119. Grizzlies 120. Rockets led by 8. 115-107 with 6:18 to go in the fourth quarter, and then made one field goal the rest of the game. One field goal and 2 free throws. That's it. And also 4 turnovers. They only had 12 in the game. 12 turnovers in the game, but they had 4 in the last 6 minutes. And those 4 it wasn't really because of a pressure, aggressive defense by Memphis. I mean, you're an NBA player. You got to be able to handle it. Careless, as I think Above Elite stated earlier in the show in the comments, got cute. One, Fred fell down. Yeah, the shot. I'm okay with Fred taking the shot, but not that shot. that was a bad shot. He could have got something better than that. KDC, thank you for chiming in as well. Some people complain about Sengun's paint defense, rim protection. Without him, Grizz 72-50. 72-50. So we'll get a chance to bounce back on Saturday against Brooklyn. So the 4 regular season matchups between the two teams, that's it. Rockets won 3 of the 4. So they still won the head-to-head tiebreaker, which might be a factor for postseason positioning. Rockets right now 32-15. Grizzlies 32-16. Of course, both teams will play 82 games. So if they end in a tie, the Rockets will win, have the higher seed because of the 3-1 head-to-head advantage. So that's important. And it could be a round 2 match. Yep. Oh, I think I just saw it. I didn't see that one, Justin. This today and yesterday. Well, if you're in New Zealand like Terry, Thursday and Wednesday for Terry. It's Friday where Terry is in New Zealand. There's some more. Sam Vicini with the Athletic, bless his heart. He tried to, he stirred up again a little bit, trying to get De'Aaron Fox, Justin, to the Rockets. He had 2 trade scenarios, and neither one was better than the other. But I mean, neither one I think is going to happen. One involved Fred Van Vliet going to Sacramento, but yeah. Thrillo, how you doing? Thrillo says, well, yeah, JG and Van Vliet lost that one with turnovers and bad shot selection down the stretch. Kind of miss Solo, but enough of the families here. James Flanagan. Oh, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Nana, how you doing? How are you doing? Fred took 2 terrible shots down the stretch. The ball should be in the closer's hands. That's Jalen Green. I would be happy with Amin Thompson, whoever. But I did not like Fred's 3-point heave. It's a 1-point game. Attack the basket. He'll hit a pull-up mid-range shot, something better than a 26-foot heave. And he took it with 3 seconds left on the clock, too. So he had time. Another dribble or 2 to get closer. Above Elite says Rockets should have doubled Triple J on that last shot. Depending on where the double comes from, because in that situation, ball might have ended up in Luke Kennard's hands, and I don't know if you want that. So, Empathy, thank you for chiming in. Welcome to the show. We tried without Fred before. Didn't look good. And I says they should let Fred walk. Amin is ready to step in at point guard. Ooh, I don't know about that. At point guard, I don't know about that. But again, for those who are chiming in the last couple of minutes, that's an ugly stat right there. Rockets 8 for 28 in the fourth quarter overall. But down the stretch, 1 for 10 in the last 6 minutes, plus 4 turnovers. So Thrillo. And for my late arrivals, I'm glad you're here. So don't take it like I'm upset that you arrived late. Arrive when you can. I'm glad you're here to participate in the conversation. But y'all know what that means. When you go 1 for 10, 8 for 28 in a quarter, you know what that means.
Brick, 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 brick.
And again.
Brick, 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 brick.
And one more time because it was so bad down the stretch. Just one more time.
Brick, 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 brick.
Rockets had a chance to win, but they didn't. Didn't close it out. Lost 120, 119. Both teams were shorthanded. So that wasn't an excuse. Alpi Sengun did not play because of a left calf contusion, but he is now an all-star. First time in his young NBA career. Your thoughts on that? Some folks here, I think, on these post-game shows, thought Sabonis might have gotten or should have gotten the all-star spot instead of Sengun. Not sure how serious Alpi's calf contusion is. I don't believe it's serious, but I'm curious if the Rockets medical staff will clear him and will want him to participate in the all-star games. Now, festivity-wise, go enjoy the event, all those kind of things. But I wonder if they'll be okay with him playing in the game. And a few comments here. If you watch the game, Zach Edey must have thought he was by himself on the floor, like he was in a gym by himself, because the pass that he caught, he acted like he was alone at the rim, alone, just starting practice by himself, because his reaction was so slow. And then a man said, "Well, you slow. I'm fast, so I'm gonna swat this." And that's what he did. So, but yeah, Zach Edey, he's 7'4", but he's really slow, especially compared to an elite athlete like Amen Thompson. Trae Young said he got straight up snubbed. I mean, there were some tough choices, tough decisions. You only got 12 spots each conference. It's an all-star game, expanded to 15. Maybe that'll help. But, at some point, whatever number is decided upon, somebody's going to feel like they got snubbed. So, I mean, enjoy the time off. But what do y'all think? Do y'all want Alpi to play in the all-star game if his calf is not, 80, 90%, whatever? Just use the time to rest. Enjoy the environment, festivities, but not play in the game. What do you think about that? And yeah, in all-star games, all-star reserves, guys get snubbed every year. Hey, live with it. I mean, Trae might have missed a bonus in his contract. I think he can survive on what he's making without that bonus in his contract. He'll be okay. James says Edey looked like Batman with that mask. So Memphis had Batman and Bane tonight. So, like I said, he can go, but why play? So, it's just according to Above Lead and some other members of the LTHR family, the Rockets have a chance to get to the Western Conference Finals. I'm not in that boat yet. No hate. I just want to see him do it. Games like this down the stretch, their struggles in the half court give me pause for concern about. That's why more reason for me why I'm not picking them to go far just yet. Got to do it. Thrillo said when a man missed the alley-oop dunk, I think it was tipped and threw off his timing. I think he should have done a Zach Edey. Caught it, land, and then go up. He's quick enough. He could have recovered and finished with two. But it happened. So Justin, hoping just for a first-round series win this season. This season's gravy. Been a fun ride so far. 32-15, 35 games to go. I mean, just think about this. 35 games to go in the regular season. If the Rockets just go 18-17, they will win 50 games. Think about that. They played so well thus far. If they're just barely above 500, they will win. They'll reach 50 wins this season. Wow. Empathy states, I think Alpy being selected for All-Star was a big check in his bucket list. I think we will watch much better Alpy in regular games. Justin, we don't have to rush the process. That's more my thinking. As you're watching this late night edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets post-game show after the Rockets 120-119 road loss in Memphis to the Grizzlies. Rockets had their chances, did a hell of a job crashing the old boards, 19-9 on the offensive boards. And I want to say in the fourth quarter, they had so many chances with those bricks they tossed in the fourth quarter to get some offensive rebounds. Had 8 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. 8-1 O boards in the fourth quarter. Rockets outscored the Grizzlies in the fourth quarter in second chance points 11-0. But the flip side of that is because Memphis shot 55% in the fourth quarter. Rockets shot 28% in the fourth quarter. So sometimes, toss it up, miss it, and going to get it and scoring is an effective offense, but you got to get stops. And the Grizz shot 55%, 11 for 20 from the floor in the fourth quarter. Who told you this, Justin? Where are you getting all this stuff from? Someone told me Steve Kerr will eventually be coach of the Rockets. Based on what? But, they have their chances. KDC, your thoughts on Fred's shot with 2.9 seconds left in a 1-point game? Did you like it? Did you like Fred as the choice? How many of y'all would have preferred Amin Thompson as the number one, as the first option in those closing seconds, or Jalen Green as the first option? ABC. Amin first. Give me your choice. Rank them if you want to. Amin, Jalen, Fred. Who would you have preferred being your number one choice to take that last shot, to be the potential game winner in tonight's 1-point loss in Memphis? Let's chime in. Ime said in post-game conference, the play was meant for a man, but Grizz went in on a man, so they did. So he just, that's settling then. Yeah, that's settling. Because let's see, timeout was called with 8.6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They could have adjusted quickly on the fly and got a better shot than what Fred did. Broken play, that's fine, but I still don't want to settle for a 26-foot heave, and I'm down by 1. Justin with all Jalen would have done is take the same shot as Fred, a contested heave. I don't agree with Charles Barkley a lot, but one comment he made, was it halftime? Jalen Green, he takes a lot of contested shots. He takes a lot of tough shots. He makes a few, but the game would be much simpler for Jalen if he kept it simple. You know, it's like he enjoys the degree of difficulty on his shot. Man, this ain't horse. You know, you're a good enough athlete to get better shots than what you're getting. Thrillo says Fred was trying to make up for that turnover in the missed 3 from before. Well, don't make it personal. Got to get a better shot than what you got. A man would have been the best choice because he would go for the easy mid-range because he can't shoot from 3. And a man's going to have to, it's part of his growth as well. He's developing a great reputation as a hell of a talent. So when teams are aggressive with him, he's got to go into his bag and do something else to counter that aggression. With the fake, a different dribble, go to his left, something. So, I mean, hey, it's part of his learning process too. Yes, a man is developing a decent mid-range shot. Bright future for him. But you know, it's a broken play, and Fred still could have dribbled in closer than taking a 26-footer. He had more time than I think he realized, which he probably should have known, had a clock in his head. I mean, look at the clock and see. He took the heave with 2.9 on the clock. Get a better shot than that. But Rockets still won in Boston, won in Cleveland. Had a chance to win in Memphis, had a chance to sweep the Grizzlies. Did not get it done. You see the importance of Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. is for Memphis when he was out of the game, how much they struggled for the most part. What are your thoughts on how Dillon Brooks played today? Offense and defense. DB shot the ball pretty well. How about that? He had a plus minus of neutral. 0. See, 4 seconds left. The play-by-play says 2.9, but he had plenty of time to get a better shot than what he got. Justin doesn't think Ime draws too good offense anyway. So, yeah. But it's, interesting. The play-by-play says 2.9. I thought Fred took it earlier than that. And Thurlow says 4. Way more. He had enough time to get a better look than that. Broken play or not. It's a broken. And see, that's where I'm going. I got to look at the replay. Memphis was aggressive on a man. A man gave up the ball, gave back to Fred. Fred could have gave it back to him in. Don't settle for that heave, especially when you're down by just 1 point. But as Justin sums up, it's not the end of the world. Rockets won the series, Memphis regular season, 3-1. So they have the head-to-head advantage over the Grizz. Grizz did some things in this game, or they've done all 4 games against the Rockets, that at times I was wondering at times, damn, Memphis does not match up well with the Rockets from Memphis standpoint. It's great for the Rockets. Because, boy, I was thinking sometimes, man, Rockets are just way more physical than Memphis. Just way more physical. Way. Just attacking them and just beating them on the board and all that kind of stuff. But then you look at it and realize this. 72-50 advantage in the paint for Memphis. They were just attacking. Let's see in the layups. Let's see. Grizzlies 36 of 59 in the paint. 59 of their 93 shots in the paint. Rockets had 57 of their shots, of their 97 in the paint. Rockets made 25 of theirs. Grizz made 36 of their shots in the paint in a 1-point game. Whew, boy. Coach Justin states what should have happened was in the broken play, a man passed out to Fred, set the pick, and a man cut to the basket for an easier shot. Something better than what ended up happening, because I just didn't like that shot. Didn't like it. WK, how are you doing? Thank you for chiming in. Thought a man missed a few finishes at the rim. Yeah. And again, he's becoming we got to contain this guy option for defenses now. So he's rising up the scouting report for teams. So let's see how he adjusts his game and adjusts to that, getting more looks. More and more of those drives, people back away from him. He's still got the Euro step and those kind of things. But WK, I stated it, and I'll post it again. But the Rockets, I even missed a number. So let me change it. The official stats for the Rockets. Yeah. Rockets had 5 turnovers total in the fourth quarter, 4 in the last 6 minutes when they went 1 for 10 from the floor. So add it all up, that's what helped Memphis erase that 8-point deficit in the final 6-18 to outscore the Rockets 13-4 and win the game 120-119. Justin, he's really harping on it. Where are the screens on that inbound play? Come on, coach. Thrillo, it's not the end of the world. I mean, obviously it's January, so no, not at all. But the frustration is this just reminds you why the Rockets probably aren't ready yet. But they're very tough to beat. I agree with that. I love Fred, except his random hero ball. Fair, and well put. Because Fred, he does take some heat checks every so often. You're like, why are you doing that, Fred? But numbers overall, 3 guys with 20 or more points for the Rockets. Jalen Green, 25 points. Wasn't efficient, though. 8 for 21 but 5 for 10 from 3. So that means 3 for 11 on twos. Jalen's got to do a better job with his decision making in the painted area. He had some good kickouts. Got to do better. Sometimes he just trying to attack the rim and hammer it down when a pass out would have been better. Dylan Brooks, 22 points, 9 for 17 from the floor, 3 for 7 from 3. Fouled out. That 6th foul was on Triple J in the closing seconds. And then Amen Thompson, 21 points, 7 for 15 from the floor, 7 for 9 from the foul line, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Let me add it in there. And 4 block shots. Young man is everywhere. He is everywhere on defense. Ask Luke Kennard, ask Zach Edey, everywhere. But it wasn't enough, as Rockets did not get it done in the final 6 minutes of the game. Justin states, I think they'll give any team problems, but they know the weaknesses, which is slowing them down and forcing them to play half court. That's my issue in these first playoffs for the youngsters, is how they're going to handle a slower game, more physical game. Refs allow more contact. Opponents going to try to slow down Rockets and not let them run and beat them up and down the floor, play fast paced. I think, I'm jumping in this statement right real quick. Wow. Me and Papa EF had a discussion about Amen potential to be a top 3 Rocket ever. Justin, I'm coming to your question soon. A top 3 Rocket ever. Akeem is 1. Is Harden your number 2? Damn, top 3 Rocket ever. Wow. I haven't gotten that far with his potential. I've just gone as far as all NBA. I haven't thought about him being a top 3 Rocket ever. Wow. That's a bold statement. But to Justin's question, do I think IQ can be taught, or is it something you have? Gary Bankson, how are you doing? Thank you for chiming in. Well, Gary, keep pushing that, Gary. Ask them, hit that like button. Yep, hit the like button. Please do. Hit the like button. As often as you can, hit the like button. Can it be taught? It can be taught some, but I think more and more you're born with it. It's natural. It comes to you naturally. It's instinctual. So I think, Tony, how are you doing? Thank you for chiming in as well. But the hope is that the experience of being in the playoffs will help some of the Rockets in their low basketball IQ, is what Justin is hinting at, and Thrillo has agreed with in previous post-game shows. So EF says top 3, Dream, Beard, and then Big E. Ooh, that's. But I'll post this. Gary ask the question. I'll post it on the screen. Why don't you guys ever hit the like button on the videos? Yeah, why don't you? It's a chop shop. People over there at the chop shop. Hicks and Robert Hatter. Known Hicks for a long, long time. KDC says, my thing about the slow down physical ball is Rockets are physical. So, yes. And the thing is, the Rockets they can master the physicality, but they don't. When teams are physical with them or more physical, they don't respond. I mean, hell, look at what Detroit did. And Detroit's not as good as the Rockets, but they sure they took it to them. No. But WK, EF Hutton, a man needs a jumper before any top Rocket talk. I mean, yeah, top 3 Rocket ever. That's a bold statement. That is, let's look at that in what 7 years, something like that. But yeah, I never even thought about that, man. Wow. But I mean, if you're all NBA a few times, enough times, you're gonna rise up the ranks in the franchise. That's for sure. Justin says about his IQ statement question. At times, some of these Rocket players do not make good decisions down the stretch. Agreed. Agreed. It's been multiple times that Tari has fouled in the last minutes of games. Yep, you single him out. That's true. And some of that stuff Tari does, I think it's in him. You can't really. You hope he grows out of it, kind of thing. June State. Well, he didn't against Boston. June, he trusted him in. WK asks, is it Moses or Big E behind Akeem and Harden? Woo. Tony was not a fan of how the Beard left, the way he left the Rockets. Harden gets an asterisk. But that is the fact that the discussion has begun about Amen Thompson has a potential to be a top 3 Rocket ever indicates to me just how impressive he's been in a short amount of time. That says a lot about him. So he's got a bright future, and because of his bright future, this franchise has a bright future. Justin's showing his age or knowledge because his statement is true. Ralph Sampson was Victor Wembanyama 40 years ago. He was. Stick was. No. WK, E.F. Hutton said him and Papa E.F. Hutton had the discussion about it. So, and this brought it to us for us to just kick it around briefly. We'll kick it around for years to come. But yes, Ralph Sampson, before injuries, he was Wemby. He was never the same after that fall in Boston. Landed on his back. Was never the same. That was a scary fall, too. Stick was never the same after that. But talking about a lot of different things, Rockets 21-19 loss to Memphis. Just their first loss of 4 head-to-head against the Grizzlies. Record for the Rockets after 47 games. Wow. 32-15. Grizz are 32-16. So I stated earlier, think about it. 47 games. The Rockets just go 18-17. The rest of the regular season, they reach 50 wins. Wow. Wow. Oh, here it is, Gary. Gary, I brought that up a little bit in previous shows because I think other colleagues have talked about it. Though, because Fred's third year is a team option. What is this, like $45 million, or if not more? So they probably will want to ask him to take a lower salary, but for more years, if they keep him. Because there's still some folks who think come the summer, Fred might not be here if the right offer is presented to Rafael Stone. And yep, and Ralph, 40 years ago, shooting threes wasn't a thing. So, but he was an outside shooter though. But oh wow. hold on. Like that. Hold on. Thrillo, that is concerned with Wemby. Tall guys, tall, slim guys. Wemby's already complained about the physicality he's facing and not getting fouls called and all that kind of stuff. Young fella. I mean, hey, it's the NBA. You're big. You're tall. Get used to it. Because he's so skilled, teams got to play him physical because he doesn't like it. So you got to get him out of his comfort zone. Do I think I was pleasantly surprised that he made the team because Domantas Sabonis' numbers, double doubles, 42 or 44 games. He has more double doubles than Sengun. So I was surprised. I kind of thought that the coaches would lean more to Sabonis than Sengun. But Rockets got a better record, so I think that played a part in it as well. So Appy, yeah, he made a team. I'm okay with him making a team. I was surprised. But yeah, I think that's the wins and being 2 in the West was a final help. It helped get Sengun in that spot. Tony with the statement. Oh, well, let me go back. I'll come back to Tony's statement in a second. Oh, yeah. I think Book could be available. Yep, in the summer. I agreed. Not to Tony's statement. I always love the players that really get it on defense. I do too. A man may take Vernon's spot on Tony's favorite Rockets list. And Thrillo says next year they will possibly have 3 All-Stars. And KDC's also record over Sabonis. Grizz over the Kings. That's part of it too. But there's so many talented players, talented bigs in the West. Somebody got to be picked and somebody got to be snubbed. They'll be all right. So that's fine. Men today overall, I think I have it here. 21 points, 7 for 15 from the floor, 7 for 9 free throws, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks, and a partridge in a pear tree. 1 steal, 1 turnover. Rockets only had 12 team turnovers in the game. 12 team turnovers, but 5 of them were in the fourth quarter, and 4 of them were in the last 6 minutes. So the first 3 quarters, Rockets had just 7 turnovers. They almost matched that in the fourth quarter and had 4 of those in the last 6 minutes. Oh, Kenyon, come on now, man. All right, whatever. I mean, you can say that. Jimmy Butler not coming here. No. Jimmy Butler with Dylan Brooks. The Rockets would be unstoppable on defense. Jimmy Butler? Okay. Jamie, thank you for chiming in. Your name seemed new to me. Welcome. Don't be a stranger. I'm going to do this again. Probably not Saturday after the Rockets game against Brooklyn, because we'll be doing the Houston Cougars post-game show, and I'll be at the Cougs game. And that post-game show will be going on while the Rockets game is going on. But you never know. But if you are new to this show, new to this channel, subscribe to the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Hit the like button, like my man Gary stated. Spread the word about these shows. This show is different. This post-game show is different. I'm not saying it's better, but it's different than other Rockets post-game shows. But spread the word about these shows. They become popular. Started doing them, 9-10 games ago. I enjoy doing them. I'm going to keep doing them. I ask you to hit the like button. I ask you to buy some merch if you want to, if you can afford it. Click on that shop button and buy some merch. Make a donation, contribution to via PayPal, Cash App, all those ways as well. But just spread the word, hit the like button about these shows on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. And yeah, Joseph, I agree. Kenyon does blame the Rockets for KJ Martin's lack of development. Yeah. But that'll do it, everybody. 50 plus minutes. That's solid, man. It's after midnight here in the Central Time Zone. Talking about a Rockets 120-119 loss in Memphis to the Grizzlies. Rockets just did not get it done down the stretch. And I'm going to do one more time because of those 6 brutal minutes down the stretch when the Rockets went 1 for 10 from the floor and had 4 of their 5 fourth quarter turnovers. Thrello, you know what it is.
This jig is the gas face, man.
The gas face for those last 6 minutes.
This jig is the gas face, man.
For that 3-point heave Fred took as the last shot for the Rockets. And then
brick, 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 brick.
1 for 10 in the last 6 minutes, 8 for 28 in the fourth quarter. So one of the Rockets had a chance to win the game. But they didn't. They lost. They're now 32-15. Still a hell of a record after 47 games, 32-15. We'll do it again in a few days. Subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell so you can be notified when the next post-game show will be scheduled. Generally, I try to do it 20, 25, 30 minutes after the game ends. Give me enough time to put some stats together for the show. But spread the word about the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel and definitely about the Let's Talk Houston Rockets post-game shows. As always, thank you to the newcomers. Thank you to the regulars. You are not all part of the Let's Talk Houston Rockets family. You keep it respectful. We have fun on these shows. I answer your questions, your comments, comment on your comments. It's always my pleasure to spend my time with you guys. So until next time, always keep this in mind. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Everyone, take care. Peace.
Game over.